Shalom, Yashala, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh, and I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Yashar Allah. Kol Haloyim La Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Harakakwadash, for blessing our elders with the spirit of truth, so that we may know. Shout out to the Akim and the Akwath that's keeping the faith and the works. Y'all keep at it. It's your brother Abaya coming at you with more precepts. It's the book of 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 7. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. Alright, continue to watch, man, because the days are clearly in the end of times, and they are ordained to get more and more evil, more and more wicked. Right? Let me go to the book of Ephesians, chapter 5 and verse 15. It says, see then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Right? This devil is real life plotting on the world, right? But more so on Yashar Allah. So let me just get into the topic, man. This is a Greek goddess. The name of this Greek goddess is Ares. Right? It says Ares is the Greek goddess of strife and discord. Says her Roman equivalent is Discordia, right, which means the same. Right? It says, what are the powers of the goddess Ares? It says strife, manipulation, right? Strife, manipulation, right? Speaking about the Greek goddess Ares, right? As the goddess of strife, Ares has absolute and divine authority over strife, discord, manipulation. As the goddess of discord, Ares has absolute and divine authority over discord. Right? Let me see. It says Ares was the goddess of personified spirit of strife, discord, contention, and rivalry. Right? But strife, manipulation, right? So keep all this information in mind. The goddess name and what is she supposedly the goddess of. Now, read this article. And it says, is this the real reason you see the name? Cases are spiking. Right? You see the name and look what it's attached to. It says, you see the name, the most recent quote unquote. Look at it. I'm not even finna speak that. Right? Because these folk, the information got to get out, man. All right. It says it's supposedly causing spikes in cases all over the world. All right. So we all remember what happened last time. Right? 2020, 2021. Right? The end of 2019. We all recall what happened. Right? This world pretty much got turned upside down. So, seems as though they moving back towards that direction. All right? But let's see. It says the story goes that England, Ireland, and U.S. are all being hit hard. Right? It's reached Australia too. Sound familiar, right? That thing's starting to spread. Right? It says in yet another blow to the BRICS will save us crowd, India and China are playing along, right? Just so happened that, you know what I'm saying, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa come together and created a currency based and backed off of gold, right? While the rest of the world is still playing with the debt money. Then all of a sudden, here go this thing that's booming. Says scientists are even clamoring for the return of masks. See that? It says we've already been over everything you need to know about. You see the name, and remember what that name is attached to, where it came from. Right? It says, long story short, quote unquote, you see what it is. It's just another made up name for what you see. Right? And I'm also speaking like this because if I'm not mistaken, YouTube got new guidelines now to where you really can't speak anything medical, like at all. Right? But it says, and the variants are coats of paint they slap on the narrative to try and keep it looking fresh. All right. It says in that same article, I theorized, you see the name, existence was a need to keep that thing alive. And that is part of it, but I also missed something obvious. What's the something obvious? The next round of Juicy Juice. All right. It says, for those who have lost count, I think we're up to 6 or 7 cups of juice. All right. It says, this updated Juicy Juice is nothing to do with, you see the name. Of course, as much as the language in the headlines implies, it's been adapted for the latest variant. It hasn't. So that means they're finna come up with a brand new spin on this thing. But remember what that name mean and what it's attached to. So what they tell you. It's alternative motives. Is something happening other than what they pushing. I mean, same old story, same. Ain't nothing new. That's how the daughter of Babylon been operating. It's just that now that we living in these end times, it's prophesied that the daughter of Babylon will be constantly exposed. All right, I bring it out all the time, Isaiah 47, the Spirit brings it out all the time, Isaiah 47 and 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. All right, if I'm not mistaken, Ephesians chapter 5 as well. All right, but let me see. Let me see. It says it was in the works before that was even said to exist. How was that? What? How was that so? How you already got something prepared for something that didn't even exist and not... Oh, man. Yeah. It says, well, you see the company had the brass neck to claim that they did a trial showing their updated Juicy Juice protects against, you see the name. Said considering old girl first hit the headlines just a few weeks ago, it looks like that company may have broken their own record in terms of speedy trials. Oh man, they went even faster than they did the last time. And if you haven't been paying attention, right? Things have been happening with a lot of people that drunk the juice. Right? Apparently that juice got a lot to do with heartaches and pains. Right? And if I'm not mistaken, some of them pains end up fatalities. Right? They did a whole documentary that got banned on pretty much all social media sites. Where you had what do you call them, coroners that were showing um, um, the trend of um, um, no longer existing, and how these individuals who no longer exist passed on. It was the same symptoms, right? But anyway, it says, considering old girl first hit. Oh, I already read that. It says, it's just the same old slop it always was. My sentiments exactly. So hell, let's be honest, it could be water. It could be anything. Says the content of well, you see what it say, was never the important part. After all, what you were being um, injected with wasn't the point. The point was that you got injected because they told you to. I beg to differ on that statement because of the facts that I just brought out. All right, but it says, I mean, that's a part of it. That's a major part of it, right? But on the same instance, like I said, the facts that I just brought out, now I can't quite agree with you on, you getting stuck up was pointless. But it says it was about forcing obedience, no doubt, setting the juice mandate precedent, and seeing how effectively people could be gaslit into taking a cup of juice that they'd already been told they don't need and doesn't work. Now, I agree with that, right? I agree with that. But, like I said on the same note, the folk speak about population control, and they've been speaking about population control for the longest. All right? So, you can call it two birds with one stone. Says, well, that and governments handing over vast amounts of cash to these P companies, obviously, but they already have the money, and most people allegedly took the juice. So why are they still going? Right? It says you have to appreciate the huge amount of effort that went into hypnotizing millions. That there it is. And like I said, I agree with him what he's saying, but not fully. It says maybe billions of people into acting against their own best interests. It's a spell that's easier to maintain than restart. Alright? But see, they cashing that spell for a reason. All of this got to do with Revelation 13. That's what this is all about. Right? Getting you to do something that you normally wouldn't. That man, they finna throw all kind of curveballs into this world, and people walking around like everything's sweet. Like ain't nothing wrong. Everything is all gravy. Because they done allowed you to take a mask off and go to and fro. Right? You can go wherever it is you want to go, like it's quote unquote back to normal. Let me go to the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 3. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Right? So danger is lurking, man, and it's been lurking for a while. Right? It says, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. The Most High has blessed us to be able to see this, so that's why the content is being made, but we also have to walk circumspectly. So that the content can be heard, we got to speak how we speak. Right? But you best believe, like old boy said, it's a spell that these devils cast. They are literally casting a spell on the people of the world. If you fall for it, I mean, that's your ass. I don't know what else to tell you. Right? But it says if they start letting people forget, then soon they'll have to begin the ritual all over again. And the magic is already wearing off. Why? Because like I said, they lifted up the mandates and said you can go do this, that, and the third. Everything all good. You can go to the movies. You can go to the restaurants, right? It's all sweet and it's all gravy. All right, scriptures tells us never trust thine enemy, man. For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. He may put off like it's all good and he squeaky clean and all, but give him time. He'll show you exactly how wicked he really is. All right. It says, consider that allegedly over 200 million Americans took the first thing in 2021, right? And that by the time the boosts were coming out in the fall of 2022, it was down to 50 mil. That's a 75% drop off in only a year. Power is slipping away, and as they scramble to get it back, you can probably expect old girl to get a lot worse. All right. So that's the end of that. All right. So, like you said, you can expect things to get worse, man. And everything that he said makes sense with the exception of, oh yeah, they definitely try to take out their own folk. Anybody that they can. Right? There's less mouths that they have to hear complain about what's going on. Less exposure that they have to see broadcast all over the internet. Alright, straight like that. Let me see. Go to the book of Jeremiah. Because those of us that are operating in the spirit of truth, sincerity, holiness, and righteousness to the best of our ability, we ain't trusting in no juice, bro. Right? Never have and never will. We ain't trusting in this devil. Never have, never will. We trusting in the Lord. And we understand that he gonna make a way for us, man. So Jeremiah 17 and let's see where I want to start. I start at 14. It says, heal me, O Yahweh, and I shall be healed. Right? I ain't gonna lie, when that thing first hit, I got sick. I got sick as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, it felt like I was finna leave here. Right? But throughout that whole process, it was never in my spirit, never in my mind to go to the devil and say, you know what? Enough is enough. Let me sip some of that juice, man. Nah, my whole process was mentally, spiritually was, I know the Most High got me. Whether even if I'm finna leave here, right? Even if I'm finna go, I know the Most High got me, and I know, he got me doing his work. So if it's time for me to go, then hey, I ran a good race, fought the good fight. That was my whole mindset. And it still is to this day. And then the Most High healed me. And here I am. Right? But it says, heal me, O Yahweh, and I shall be healed. Save me, and I shall be saved, for thou art my praise. Right? It ain't me. I damn sure ain't finna give no praise to no damn devil. Right? It's all called Holoyam La Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Harokakodash, man. Right? It says, behold, they say unto me, where is the word of Yahweh? Let it come now. And that was the mindset of a lot of people when I got sick, man. You should have took a sip of that juice. If you would have took a sip of that juice, it wouldn't be bad like it is now. You'd been straight. Right? But anyway, as for me, I have not hastened from being a pastor to follow thee, neither have I desired the woeful day. Thou knowest that which came out of my lips was right before thee. Right? Be not a terror unto me. Thou art my hope in the day of evil. Right? Straight like that, man. No matter what this devil is about to throw on this earth and on this world and on the people, and man, my hope in the day of evil is in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And I know he not going to let me down, man, because his word is true. And he blessed me with a certain spirit, bro, to be able to love the Lord And scripture says, I love those that love me, and those that seek me early shall find me. All right? You hearing this and you can understand, you already know what time it is. You feeling it too. You know it too. Right? So we witnessing the downfall of this kingdom, man. And it got to get bad. It got to get way worse, right, before it ends and get better. 2nd Ezra 6:9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows, man. Right? So on that note, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, these precepts in this video were edifying. Kol Holoyam La Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Harakakodash Shalom Yashalom.